Hi, and welcome to another episode of All Things Considered. Today, I would like to talk to you about something that people talk about, but they don't really discuss it. It's stuff that comes up when they see something on the news. They'll say it under their breath, or they'll say it to a friend or two. And that is white privilege. What is it exactly? White privilege is the social privilege that in some countries benefits white people over non-white people, particularly if they are otherwise under the same social, political, or economic circumstances. Which means that if you had a white person that got stopped for a ticket, they got stopped by the police, 9 times out of 10 they would get a warning or they would just get a ticket. Whereas in a lot of places, if the white person lived in that place and a black person got stopped, 9 times out of 10 they would be given a ticket or they would be taken to jail, which is true. Now you can say it's not, but it is. I know it is because I deal with this sort of crap all the time. And the reason I am mentioning white privilege is because a 10-year-old boy was just charged with assault after a dodgeball injury at school. Our kids are racially targeted, says the headline. The mom of a 10-year-old boy received the shock of her life recently. A phone call came from her local juvenile court explaining that her son would be charged with aggravated assault months after a playground game of dodgeball at his elementary school. I couldn't believe it, the mother of the soon-to-be 5th grader told the news about the call received from the Wayne County Juvenile Court in Canton, Michigan on July 24th. Now, because the boy being punished is black and the boy who was injured is white, some critics are calling the incident racist, while others, including celebrity comedian D.L. Hughley, who called the charge ridiculous, are coming to the boy's general defense. Some 10-year-olds were playing dodgeball on the playground at school. A white kid got hit with the ball. Then they charged a 10-year-old black child with assault, tweeted the film producer and self-dubbed #1 race baiter, Tariq Nasheed. This is why we should not prioritize any of these border issues while our kids are racially targeted. The situation began back on April 29th when Bryce received a 1-day suspension from Ruth Erickson Elementary in Canton for allegedly hitting a classmate in the face with a dodgeball during a game of dodgeball. The child reportedly sustained a concussion, but because it was an accident, Lindley didn't expect punitive measures against her son Bryce to go any further. But the injured child's mother, who declined to release her name, of course, or her child's to the public, says her son had a previous medical condition that made him susceptible to head injuries. Well, then the fucking kid shouldn't have been playing fucking dodgeball. He got hit in the head with a ball. It was an accident, and now the 10-year-old kid is being charged with assault. How stupid is that? Further, she alleges to 7 Action News that this particular injury was no accident, adding that he sustained facial tissue damages to his face. He had a black eye and a bruised nose. She said that her son had already experienced similar incidences while engaging in physical activities at school, and that she tried not to let it get to this point. Okay, the kid gets hurt easily. while he is doing activities at school. Okay, make sure that the kid doesn't do activities like that at school and he won't get hurt. He knows what he's getting into when he gets into it. It's his fault. It's the white kid's fault. And this fucking pisses me off that a kid can do what he's doing and the kid gets hurt. And then he wants to blame the person that hurt him. The case, Wayne County's assistant prosecuting attorney, Marion Miller, tells Yahoo Lifestyle, was evaluated by our juvenile prosecuting unit, and it was determined that there was enough evidence for us to charge aggravated assault. Now I'm going to have to call Maria Miller, and I'm going to have to fuck with her now, because this is completely stupid. It was an accident. She's probably one of those kids that got targeted at school by some of her peers at school, and she didn't like it, and so now she's going to punish anybody else that hurts another kid. Critics, however, have called out the charge as overly harsh and racist. Some seem to imply that the incident appears to fit into a larger pattern. Some seem to imply that the incident fits in of what various studies have found to be disproportionate punishments between blacks and white children in America. In 2018, a report by the watchdog Government Accountability Group found that black students in grades K through 12 are far more likely to be disciplined at school, whether though suspension or referral to law enforcement, than kids of other races. Further noted the New York Times in 2017, during the 2012 school year, black students in Arkansas were suspended 5 times as often as whites were, and little has changed since then. And that's true. Little has changed since then. What do you think? Should the kid be charged or not? I say he shouldn't. And I say the mother should be charged. The mother of the white kid. She knows that her kid gets hurt easily, and she still allows her kid to play at school in activities that he's going to get hurt in. So it's her fault. It's child neglect. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I see it, because that's the way it is. If you have a reason that I'm wrong, or if you have a thought on the problem, or you have a thought on this issue, put a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. We'll start up a dialogue and talk about it. Right or wrong, nobody's wrong if their opinion is true to their heart. Post a comment. If you like these videos, like and subscribe. Let me know that you care. I'm trying to do this as a full-time gig. Let me know if there's something I can do to fix my videos, make them better, talk about a subject that's important to you. I'll try to do it. Like and subscribe to the video. Post a comment if you feel in the need to. I'll respond back to you. Anyway, this has been All Things Considered. Have a good day, America, and all points beyond.